Hello, good morning, and welcome to Sunrise Sports on 3FM 92.7. I am Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Before we get into the latest in the world of sports, let's give thanks to our sponsors. Mega 6 Lotto 6 numbers can change your life. What would you do if you won 1 million Ghana cedis today with only 49 numbers to choose from? Mega 6 Lotto offers you the chance to win exciting prizes. Don't forget to play before 5 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Dial *266# or download the iOS and Android apps on mega6lotto.com to play. Mega 6 Lotto is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. Now let's get into the stories. Well, it's getting much more difficult to have a regular season in Ghana due to court cases and injunctions every season with regards to football. This season, there is to be a change in the leadership of the Ghana Football Association after 4 years, but the process has been delayed. Yafo Sulabi has more on this.
The elections were moved to October 5, but that also looks unlikely now after the disqualification of George Freye. Everything hangs in the balance. Journalist Collins Atapoku explains what all of this will mean for the FA.
He is not the only person who was disqualified because of the ineligibility of a member on its forms. Akambi suffered a similar situation. In Western Region, the RFA elections, there was a similar situation with one of the aspirants. But his is a bit murky at the moment. We are reliably informed that his lawyers are putting together a package for both our local courts and then the Court for Arbitration for Sports, because he is of the view that it is difficult to get a stay of execution from the Court of Arbitration for Sports in such situations. And so it would be better off getting an injunction in one of our local courts and then also pursuing the CAS front at the same time.
The Football Association members trying to get into the top places are equally frustrated. Campaigns have gone on for months with no election dates in sight. Karela United CEO Eloy Amande, an aspirant for the Executive Council of the Football Association, says all issues must be heard to give way for the elections to begin.
It's a bit concerning that in our minds, today would have been the day, post the first day that was scheduled, the 27th, and would have been celebrating a victory because we think that the delegates who will be voting have understood the message we are articulating and believe in the vision that the reason why we want to get on the expo. But as a lawyer as well, I know that everybody needs to go through due process. So if there are people with concerns, they've got issues around the process, then they've got every right to go through and have their grievances heard.
With the Africa Cup of Nations only 3 months away, football fans across the country will be hoping that the elections will go ahead soon for a smooth transition to the business end of things.
So that is what we are all hoping for. Now moving away from that, let's get into the Ghana Premier League clubs. And Bofokotano's return has made them become the 5th Bono team in the Ghana Premier League, but the only club in Sunyani. Their presence is expected to serve the greater good of one of the big football cities in Ghana, according to GPL analyst Precious Semevo.
They know the benefit will be far and more for almost every stakeholder in the region. And the transportation industry, the food and beverages, the hoteliers or the hospitality industry, almost everybody will benefit from this. It showed when the supporters showed up in the game against RTU, packed to capacity, and more is expected when Accra Asofo comes to town in week 3 of the Ghana Premier League. They are so excited because Sunyani loves football and they would want to do more to ensure that Bofakwa sustains their status in the Ghana Premier League.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to do that this weekend. They play against Accra Hearts of Oak, while Frimpong Manso's side are ambitious and will have their sights set on finishing as high as possible. Their first objective will be to ensure they remain in the top flight. Can they survive? Here is Collins Atapoku, who has been monitoring their past 2 games.
And if they are going to stay in the Premier League, they need to get that striker who will convert their chances for them. The reason is that they create quite a number of chances, but quite goals against RTU all came from the set play. One free kick from Saka Dauda and a penalty scored by Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Clearly, Bofakwa would need to start getting goals from open play, but the attack was so blunt properly blunted by ITU's Central Defensive Partnership, which is playing for the first time together this season. It is not like this is the defense they have been using last season. They only started playing in that opening game they played in the Premier League season. So Stephen Frimpong actually acknowledged in his post-match press conference that he would need to continue coaching the attack to get goals for them. Without that, they are going to struggle. But on the evidence of 4 points in the opening 2 games suggests that they are difficult to break down and have goals in them. They are averaging a goal per game this season, and that is good for an attack that is a little blunt at some point in time.
Well, that is Collins Atapuku there speaking on Bofokwa Chano's ability to survive the season in the Ghana Premier League. Now, away from that, Bournemouth forward Antoine Semenyo has expressed his excitement after providing the crucial assist for the winning goal that secured Ghana's qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. The 23-year-old came off the bench and set up in his Nyama for the decisive goal in Kumasi, helping the Black Stars to come from behind to secure their spot in the tournament. Semenyo on the pre-game conference of Bournemouth.
Yeah, no, that was a good game. It was a tough game. The pitch wasn't too good, and opposition they surprised us. They were really good. So yeah, of course, by surprise, and yeah, I'm happy to say I came on and provided the assist for the winner. So I can't complain.
Looking forward to the finals after Christmas.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but I'm ready to embrace that challenge.
Well, very ready for that challenge, the Africa Cup of Nations. Well, some of you will be looking forward to representing Ghana there. Now, away from that, Morocco were awarded the hosting right of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations finals on Wednesday, replacing Guinea, who were stripped of the right to host the tournament last year. Morocco won by default after Algeria, Zambia, and a joint bid from Benin and Nigeria all withdrew before the vote of the Confederation of African Football's Executive Committee in Cairo on Wednesday. Now, the 2027 rights have also been handed to a co-bid from Kenya, Tanzania, and then Uganda. The North African country, Morocco, was a runaway favorite and will see the decision as a boost to help them to co-host the 2030 World Cup with Portugal and Spain. Now, dropping down back to local football, the life patron of Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, His Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II has blessed the technical director of the club, Kwesi Appiah, to accept the role as head coach of Sudan national team. His Majesty gave him his blessings following a meeting in London with the former left back of the club. Kwesi Appiah will, however, maintain his role as technical director of Asante Kotoko. He will still contest the Ghana Football Association's Executive Council elections next month in this capacity. We are still asking, can he combine all these roles and still be on the Executive Council? Well, let's quickly move on to some European football. And Reece James has been charged for allegedly aiming improper, insulting or abusive words at a match official after Chelsea's defeat to Aston Villa on Sunday. The Blues captain, who is currently recovering from a hamstring injury, is said to have taken him at a match official down the tunnel at Stamford Bridge last Sunday. A statement read, Reece James has been charged with breach of FA Rule E3 following Chelsea's Premier League game against Aston Villa. It is alleged that the defender used improper or insulting, abusive words or behavior towards a match official after the game. Reece James has until Friday, September 29th to provide a response to this charge. So that is it there from Chelsea after all the awards. Now, Victor Osimhen managed to score for Napoli in their 4-1 victory in the Italian Serie A last night, but still the issues of whether he's going to stay after the racial abuse. Kave Soheko provides further development.
So his state of mind is confused, upset and angry and still waiting for an apology from Napoli. I mean, he's got 2 years left on his contract, but I think we've got to be a little bit careful here because I've seen lots of stories appearing today on social media about, oh, look, he's fallen out with Napoli. Does it mean he's going to move? Is he going to come to the Premier League? Is he going to go to Saudi Arabia? And this, I think, could feed a dangerous narrative, but because you've got the situation where there's some supporters thinking, oh, he's just complaining about this because he doesn't want to sign a new contract and he wants to get a lucrative move away from Napoli. So in a way, I think we should shut down all talk of transfers and where he could be going next and concentrate on the real story. And the real story is that the champions of Italy have mocked and offended and insulted one of the best African players in the world, and it's about time they apologise to him.
It's about time they apologized to him, according to Caviso, he called while speaking to us yesterday. Now, Manchester United winger Anthony has returned to the UK from Brazil. He's facing several accusations of physical aggression towards his former girlfriend, Gabriela Cavain, and also, Raisa De Freitas and Ingrid Lana, who made allegations against him. Anthony has, however, denied all these allegations. The 23-year-old who joined Manchester United from Ajax last summer in a deal worth £86 million has been on a leave of absence from the Premier League club since September 10. According to news coming from Sky Sports, the Brazil international remains on the leave of absence while addressing the issues against him. Now to the EFL Carabao Cup last night, and Alexander Isak got the only goal as Newcastle United eliminated Pep Guardiola from the competition. Eddie Howe was full of praise for experienced defender Paul Dummett.
I thought Paul was absolutely outstanding, as you say, and I think when you see him behind the scenes every day, his commitment to Newcastle, the professionalism that he shows, his standards have been exemplary since I've been here. That's why I was so determined to keep him in the summer, and he can still play an important role on the pitch. He's got a real experience and really good defensive mindset. So I thought him and Jamal, the pair of them today, I thought were really, really good for us, and delighted that we sort of show that strength in our back line, because it's going to be hugely important this season.
Well, Pep Guardiola wasn't a happy man after the game, speaking with referees on the pitch, but he, however, congratulated Newcastle for their performance.
First, congratulations for Newcastle for go through. Big compliment, I said, in the locker room to the players for the way we played, comparing last season with Southampton. That we were there, but we didn't play absolutely anything. Today we were there. We make a brilliant first half, and of course for the way we play, I think Newcastle could not accept. They increased the rhythm, the aggressivity, and kicking, and they were there, more aggressive. And we struggled a little bit, but it was normal. I said at times, so we will not be the second half than the first, so we have to be there in the bad moments. We were there, and yeah, and at the end we could not win with the crowd, and yeah, as I said, congratulations Newcastle for both of them.
Well, Pep Guardiola there congratulating Eddie Howe and his men. There were other progressions for Everton, who defeated Aston Villa. Arsenal defeated Brentford. Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson helped them to eliminate Brighton from the competition. Liverpool won 3-1 over Leicester City. And then West Ham also progressed with a 1-0 victory over Lincoln City. So you look at the Carabao Cup, round 4 draw, and Mansfield Town will play against Port Vale. And we also have, that is Ipswich Town against Fulham, Manchester United against Newcastle United, Bournemouth against Liverpool, Chelsea, Blackburn Rovers, and then there is also West Ham against Arsenal, Everton against Burnley, and then Exeter City against Middlesbrough. Finishing off with tennis news, world number 1 Novak Djokovic believes the current rivalries within tennis, especially his with Carlos Alcaraz, provide an exciting number of years ahead for the sport.
I think tennis future is looking good with Carlos leading that field. We had some thrilling encounters last year, this year particularly, with finals of Wimbledon and also Roland Garros in Cincinnati. That was one of the best 3-set matches I've ever played. So I think it's great for our sport. There are more rivalries happening, but obviously rivalries with Federer and Nadal particularly, and also with Andy Murray, are right up there for me. Carlos, I just played him 3-4 times, so hopefully I'll play him as many times as I played the other guys. That mean that I'll be playing for years to come, but I doubt that. Let's see how it goes. But I've had a fantastic year. Grand Slams are the ones that count the most for me. At this point of my career.
While he wants to win more Grand Slams at this stage of his career. That'll be all for sports. Let's give thanks to Mega 6. Lotus 6 numbers can change your life. What would you do if you won 1 million Ghana cedis today with only 49 numbers to choose from? You have the chance to win exciting prizes. Don't forget to play before 5 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Dial *266# or download the iOS and Android apps on mega6lotto.com to play. Mega 6 Lotto is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. Sunrise continues. My name is Kelvin Owusu Ansah. There will be a lot more for you later on when we come your way on The Drive and also on Hot Edition. But before Johnny and the rest of the team take over, DJ Abiam, as always, is present here to serve you with some fine tunes.